Good evening, everyone. This is Friday of our first week back to school. I don't know what kind of day you've had, but I've had a wonderful day. First of all, just to enjoy the laughter in the hallways. Your children are glad to be back at school. They really are. But more than that, we're glad to have them back. And I just think what a wonderful thing just to have everyone gathered in a building called a school. I love to read period novels. I'm reading one now that takes place in the 1800s. And do you ever think back in time when public schools really did not exist? Most schools were private. But we have this advantage where we are in 2023 of educating our children together and the freedom to provide the quality education that we want to have. So that makes me happy. But the attitudes of the children as they come back and some of the things that they share are really such a joy to me. But other things happened today also. This was actually in our high school alumni homecoming. And to see our students, young adults, as they grow up, the class of 14, class of 15, 16 on up, that's more than a joy. What it shows me is the evolution of life. What it shows me also is what we jointly accomplish over time. Because I think the strength of our community lies with our young people. What we do for them as they build on our foundation is really what we're all about. But this evening, I'd like to share with you some terrifically good news. We did, as you know, test almost 3,000 teachers, students, janitors, everybody, to determine whether or not it was possible to go mask optional. And usually I'm not surprised in anything. I am surprised and pleased to report to you that we have one teacher, one adult, one teacher that is positive, and 13 children. One teacher and 13 children. And so when you look at that, it's a lot to think about. I don't think that we're any more immune to this thing called COVID than anyone else, but I do think there's an ebb and a flow to this within our population. But really what it means to us, I think, is that all of our protocols that we have in place are working. So there's only one logical thing for us to do. On Monday, we will go mask optional. Mask optional. What does that mean? It could be that in your mind you're thinking, I don't want to unmask, then don't. Some of us will be masked. You must know, with my obligations, I see hundreds of people every day. Sometimes I'm masked, sometimes I'm not. But I think now we're safe to make that an individual decision. So the teachers that, and we're going to show you the numbers because I think it's important for you to understand what the basis of our decisions are. The teachers who do not want to unmask, they won't. They have that option. If you do not want your children to unmask, first of all, you need to tell them that so we'll know what you're saying. You need to tell them that. But then they're welcome to do exactly what you want them to do. But I do know in our environment, within our family, there are those who have wanted to unmask for some time, and now they have the option to do so. There is one caveat. If you have a cold, if you're coughing, if you're sneezing, you have a runny nose, then the educators in the building will hand you a mask, and you need to mask for your own safety and for the safety of those around you. But I guess we've come full circle. You remember when in March of 2019, the governor closed all the public schools. We went on Zoom. Then we evolved to the hybrid, and then we came back carefully, but there was this underlying tension. What I don't feel now within any of our 8 buildings is this tension. I don't feel any fear. I'm comfortable with the decision that now we're going to leave the masking or the unmasking to you as individuals and as families. So thank you very much for your patience. We will continue to be careful. We will continue to periodically test, but I will, as we evolve through this school year, continue to share the information. But thank you so much, as usual, for your cooperation and support. Good night.